see, I made him give me the tall stool. Sure enough. All right. Okay, so my essay is called The Luckiest Son in the World. And I'm going to read a short excerpt. I'm not going to read the whole thing at all. She read way more than I could read. What can I tell you about it? It's the essay, page 66. It's about my experience with my father and my mom. Well, you'll see. Let me just read it and you get the book. Okay? My childhood memories of my father were filled with wonder. When I heard my mother say, "Your father's home," I would look up to see this man walking into our house wearing what I now know to be a suit and skinny tie. He was kind, charming, and humble, and he loved my mom. My parents' happiness inspired me, and I felt love in the soft palms of their hand. Then my mother was diagnosed with AIDS, and all that ended. I did not know what those four letters meant, but I watched from the hallway shadows of our home as their tender love slipped harshly away. I now know my father cheated on my mother, and my mother out of spite cheated on him. And she did not use protection, and the man she slept with gave her HIV. All the love ended after that. There was no more light laughter, no more smiles, no more bright Sunday mornings filled with warm hugs. My family arrived on a cold, frightening nightmare, introduced by divorce and lingering words of hate. I was shocked by the quick change in my tiny world. My mother, younger brother, and I soon arrived in a modest and not so friendly ghetto with not enough money or food. Because my father did not have HIV, I thought it was his responsibility to care for our mother in sickness and in health. Instead, he left, and I became the man of the household at 8 years old. Drugged up and drowsy under the influence of HIV medication, my mother slept most days, leaving me with the responsibilities to cook, pay the bills, and keep the house running. Eventually, she became too skinny and frail to get out of bed, and I could see her sunken cheeks and the furrowed circles around her brown eyes. One morning, I brought her favorite green tea with honey and lemon. I woke her up and kissed her softly on her forehead and set her French teacup and saucer on the antique table by her bed. Her bony fingers extended to grab my wrists, which felt like I was caught in the grasp of several dry twigs. She looked at me with a deep stare, as if she was being dragged away, never to return again. "If anything happens to me, make sure you take care of your brother," she said. "Of course, Mom, I will." I was afraid, but I tried to play down the drama. I gave her some tea, kissed her again, and went downstairs to feed my brother. I could not understand why this thing called AIDS would cause my father to leave his family, and I grew up hating him for jumping ship. I was a spitting image of my father. He stood 5'8", with brown eyes, a full head of brown wavy hair, and a perfect white smile. But I spent the next several years wanting to be nothing like him. We'll stop there.